The Polish gaming industry has been on a roll lately. Only in February did Dying Light 2 come out, and CD Projekt Red brought Cyberpunk 2077 to an adequate state. And what other notable projects were produced by the Poles? We will talk about it in this video. Everyone knows that The Witcher, Cyberpunk 2077 and Dying Light are cool games developed in Poland, so these titles will not be in the video. Thank you for watching the RTV Gaming channel, and let's get started. This War of Mine is one of the most notable indie games of the last decade. Few other projects have managed to tell the horrors of war in such a sensible way. The fact is that gamers took control not of brave soldiers, but of ordinary civilians who simply dream of going through hard times and not dying of hunger. The heroes live in a house battered by shells. It is dangerous to go out, there is no food, winter will come soon, and the mood is below the baseboard. However, in order to survive, the characters will have to pull themselves together and improve their lives. They need to eat, build beds, workbenches and close-up holes in the walls, prepare for frost, and they should not forget about a good mood. Radio, guitar and vodka will help with this. But what are the heroes willing to do to survive? Will they steal from other poor fellows and kill for a piece of meat? If you completely forget about the human beginning, the characters will become depressed and give up, but remaining a saint is also not easy. How to keep from stealing medicines when a sick friend is at home? At the same time, this War of Mine is full of stories in which gamers will play for different characters and find themselves in unique situations. Particularly successful was the add-on The Little Ones, which tells about the suffering of children and their parents. The creation of 11-bit studios was the perfect anti-war manifesto. The passage skillfully conveys the most important idea: the main thing is that there should be no war. Frostpunk is another 11-bit studios game that has become as big a hit as this War of Mine. The project tells about the world of the future, where looking at a thermometer and seeing -120 degrees there is a common thing. However, not everything is lost yet, because humanity has you. The gamer will have to manage the city, whose inhabitants just want to survive. What infrastructure to build? How to feed and warm the people? Is it worth it to dilute the dinner with pieces of dead comrades? Answering these questions is not easy. One thing is clear: if the decisions turn out to be wrong, the former subordinates will not hesitate to push the boss out into the cold and lock the gates. Due to the cute visuals, original setting and sticky gameplay, Frostpunk fell in love with gamers. No wonder the sequel is so eagerly awaited. The main sniper title is considered to be the British Sniper Elite, but the Polish developers from C Games also got a good series. Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts 2, which was released in 2021, deserves special praise. Each task sends the hero into a small sandbox where you need to complete a series of tasks, get secret documents or get rid of dangerous enemies. However, there are many ways to achieve the goal. No one forbids picking up an AK-47 and famously flying into an outpost, or eliminate enemies by stealth. The most important targets are usually hiding in protected bases that cannot be reached. To deal with them, you need to take an ideal position, aim, calculate the distance, take note of the direction and strength of the wind, and then fire a fatal shot. Even walls will not protect the target from a tough sniper. The shooter can always first fire a scanning projectile that will indicate the exact location of the enemy, and insert a cartridge that penetrates the fortifications into the clip. At times, the developers still make mistakes, turning the sniper into Rambo, but more often they set interesting tasks for the players. In Ghostrunner, gamers will find themselves in a cyberpunk world and take control of ninjas. The hero's sword is utterly sharpened, and he himself is dexterous and knows how to run along the walls. It's a pity that the armor can't be called strong. It's worth the enemies to shoot accurately a couple of times, as the ninja will die. This concept turns Ghostrunner into a great action game, where the actions must be thoughtful, and the attacks must be swift. In this case, the challenge will only grow as you progress. The place of ordinary enemies will be taken by soldiers with shields and powerful robots, and the hero himself will receive new gadgets and abilities. Platforming will also become more difficult, forcing you to run past laser traps, use a hook and fly on air currents. Unsurprisingly, Ghostrunner has a 91% positive rating on Steam. The Medium is a horror game from the Bloober Team studio. The developers have long established themselves as masters of psychological horror, and their latest game only confirmed the status. The main feature of the Medium is the ability of the main character. She knows how to communicate with the dead and deftly moves between worlds. Unfortunately, not all the dead are friendly. Sometimes there are terrible creatures among them, ready to tear and throw everything alive. The visuals are also to be commended. The graphics and design of the locations in the horror are excellent, which is why it is pleasant to explore apartments, abandoned vacation homes and forests. The Medium can be reproached for a crumpled story and the lack of real horrors, and it did not become the new Silent Hill. However, fans of the genre will still enjoy the game. What Polish games do you like the most? Write in the comments.